Hello, my name is Krzysztof Duke, and this is my pitch on the Marconi Law Firm Local Area Network System implementation. So today we're going to be talking to you about the project scope, the network objectives, the network infrastructure, network diagram, capital and operating requirements, hardware and software specifications. We're going to be providing you guys with reliable workstation servers. So when we go and search out for the best equipment possible for you guys as users, we're going to make sure not to buy the cheapest ones. We're not going to sell you the most expensive ones. We're going to find you the really good mid-grade that is going to be amazing and beneficial for your law firm. On top of that, when we initially put our server in place, we're going to have an Active Directory set up. So whenever you guys gain employees or lose employees, we'll be able to add or subtract the employees on the list, and we'll be able to maintain all the user accounts, the permissions on the folders. And then when you guys have to share documents between one another, all you have to do is click and drop into a folder, and then somebody else on the computer will be able to see it to you. And we will be able to also password protect your internal network, so nobody will be able to hack in or cause any disruptions. Which also having a Wi-Fi protected password is the most important thing, because if somebody can get into your Wi-Fi network, then they'll be able to access and see what other devices are actually connected onto your local area network. We will also be offering you guys remote support, so any time that you guys are having issues with your computers or anything needs to be updated or fixed, we don't need to come directly onto on-site. We actually will be able to install a program onto your computer, which we can actually connect to it remotely and fix that for you as soon as possible. And then we'll also be able to future-proof your network system. So in case if you guys decide to expand and hire more employees, there will be no issues when it comes to not having that many ports left on the switch or any bandwidth issues whatsoever. So our network objective, like I said before, we're going to provide you a secured network for users from outside sources, which included the Wi-Fi system, which everything is going to be password protected, and user accounts are going to be password protected, so not one employee will be able to get into another employee's account and see all their financial documents, for example. And then, like I also said, we'll be able to future-proof your network system expansions. And to go on further, say if you decide to, have 40 employees, that is no problem. All we gotta do is just mount another switch on the network system, and then you guys will be ready to go. And then we will also offer high-end equipment with no speed issues, which includes, the ASUS router, which will be scalable to 1,000 megabytes per second, and no bandwidth issues with however many devices are connected onto the network. And we're going to have 2 wireless access points around the floor, so nobody will ever lose Wi-Fi when they're connected onto it. And we're also going to purchase the best ISP around town, so so we don't have to deal with any downtime issues with certain ISPs that they have time to time, and then that would just cause a lot of issues down the road. So for your network infrastructure requirements, I made a list of all the stuff that I would like to be able to provide for you guys. So right at the top, we have 3 PCs, the Intel Nooks. They're like little small sandwich-sized computers, which will be mounted on the back of your monitor, actually, which is pretty cool, because then you don't have to worry about desk space. And this is for the receptionist, the administrator, and the accountant. So those 3 people will have desktop PCs because they won't be leaving off-site. And then right here I have 1 server, the QNAP NAS, which we'll have my Active Directory set up, and then all the user accounts, the groups, folders, file permissions, so that is definitely necessary. We're going to have 1 24-port Netgear switch in the server room, so all the LAN connections are going to be cross-connected into there. And then we're going to also have 2 wireless access points around the floor for Wi-Fi purposes. 1 router, which is going to be better than your ISP provided router, of course. So this will be a higher end product that you guys will definitely see a big difference in getting one from your ISP. We're going to have 1 printer, an HP Color LaserJet Pro, which is an all-in-one. You could do color, black and white. You can scan, you can fax, you can do all that. So we have that as future proof. And then we have 1 TV. We're going to have a 55-inch Samsung TV in the conference room. So whenever you guys want to hold presentations, all you would have to do is connect, a laptop to the TV, and then you could present your slide. And then we also will have 11 monitors in total. So 10 of them are for the employees. And for the employees that are going to have laptops, they'll actually be able to connect their laptops onto that, so they have a bigger screen, and then the workload for them will be much easier. And then that 1 extra monitor will be for us, so we can put into the server room, so we can access the server on site when we need to. Then we will also be providing you guys with 11. Will actually be 11 total, 10 for the employees, 1 for us on site. So the wireless keyboard and mouse combo, so all the users will be on wireless instead of wired, and makes the wire management a lot neater. And the 7 employees that will be going on and off site, which are the internees, which they're going to be getting the laptops. So here is my network diagram of how you guys are going to have set up. So as you can see on the left side, there are 3 desktop looking computers. That is going to be where the nooks are, like I mentioned. And in the middle right, where all the attorney stations are, those are going to be where they would station the laptops and then connect their laptops to the monitor. And then we have the printer to the left of that, and then you see the TV in the conference room. We're going to mount it at the back wall. And then we have 1 access point near the reception area, and then we have 1 access point that I put where the attorneys are sitting at. And then there's a middle hallway near the top, which as you guys can see, we will need to have a construction built with a wall and a door, so we can have our server room in there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And then the capital and operating requirements. Here is a little guideline of all the equipment in detail and how much the cost is, and the total cost of the project, which also includes our annual ongoing maintenance and support work for you guys for the first year. And then here is more in depth with the hardware, software specifications and cabling. As you can see, we have the laptop information, keyboard, monitor, access point, printer, TV, server information, network switch, router information, and cabling. So the lessons learned from completing this project, I definitely should have rewatched live lectures thoroughly. I was watching them for sure, but for some reason I guess I must have missed out little details here and there. And I guess I must have gotten a little bit confused when I was doing the project report and the lesson report. I wish I also looked over the project report more often to make changes. So as I was, building my project report, I wish I looked over it more and revised it sooner than later. That was my mistake on that part. I definitely learned a lot about project management, so in the future, long run, whenever I have to be a project manager for any type of reason, this was definitely the best laid out possible. So after doing this for 4 weeks, I'm definitely going to implement this system in my, future self. And I also learned on making a presentation to pitch my proposal and project reports, especially like making this presentation. I know it's going to take me a little bit of practice to be able to, public speak and be able to, make the perfect presentation, but I know I'll be able to do it. So thank you very much for your time.